that Senator Jesse Lujan had introduced, and it was voted upon by this body. And this was in reaction to some decisions that GWA had made concerning the shutoff valves and other policy that they had followed and proceeded with. And I commend Senator Lujan for introducing his amendment. There was only one section in his amendment that kind of bothered me, which held the employees of GWA personally liable. And I had problems with that because if the employees were taking directions from supervisors or from the policy board itself, then they should not be held personally liable for doing their job. So what I'd like to do is I just want to introduce an amendment to Senator Lujan's amendment, and everybody has a copy in front of them. And basically we changed the last sentence of Senator Lujan's amendment to read that GW employees or agents shall not be held personally liable for any damages caused to ratepayers when acting on the direction of supervisors, including the Consolidated Commission on Utilities, subject to provision for GCA 3106, including the costs incurred and attorney's fees for the enforcement of any actions undertaken in violation thereof. In essence, Mr. Chair, all we're trying to do, and like I said, I applaud Senator Lujan for the action he's taken to force GWA to be more conscientious of any policy that they do enact and that they follow through on. But I do not want, again, I can't see holding the GWA employees for those policy calls. So that's the reason why I'm introducing this amendment to Senator Lujan's amendment. Thank you.
Okay, on the Espaldon amendment, Senator Guthert. Senator Guthert on the Espaldon amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think it's a really good amendment. I'm just wondering if you might want to make one word change. Instead of saying when acting on the direction of supervisors, would you rather say acting on the direction of management?
Is that a question you'd like to pose, or
yeah. Do you think that would be better? Because
to the question
supervisors, they have a crew supervisor, they have a truck supervisor. You may want to reference management instead of supervisors. No, they're not the same. Management are those guys that direct everybody. Supervisors are the guys out in the street that handle a crew. There's a difference.
If you're not, if you're,
huh? Okay, superiors. Maybe that's a better word. Superiors.
Would you be okay on that, or would you care to make an amendment to the amendment? Or
I'd like to recommend change the word
so
supervisors.
Why don't you just make an amendment to the amendment? You're going to make an amendment.
I'd like to make an amendment to the amendment, Mr. Chairman. Supervisors to superiors.
Superiors. Okay. If there's no objection to the amendment
No objection.
Okay. Amendment to amendment carries. On the main amendment. No objection. Oh, okay. No objection. Amendment carries.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Ben, Senator Pangilinan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I have an amendment that I passed out. It's got an asterisk with a circle around it, and it would be to amend Section 23 of the bill in Chapter 4. The appropriation, it would change the appropriation amount on line 6 of that section from $251,069.84, change it to $185,659. And then the language that you see here will become a number 7, and that would be the balance of that reduction of $65,410 is hereby appropriated to fund the Center of Excellence in Management and Health for the Pacific Islands of the University of Guam, known as HILATI, for FY 2007. And this is a program that receives federal funding and is up for new grants, and that would fund the development of mid-level managers in the healthcare field. And they've been conducting trainings they've received over 600,000 over the last 4 or 5 years, and they need this to carry them through the rest of this fiscal year before the new grants kick in.
Okay, there are no Senator Guthert, it's on the amendment by Senator Pangilinan.
Mr. Chairman, I would just like to share with my colleagues, first I support the amendment, and I'd like to say that this is an excellent program offered through the University of Guam. It has done so much to help improve the supervisory and managerial ranks of the healthcare system here. and elsewhere. And it's a real tribute to our people, because our people lead this program. Local health professionals lead this program. Thank you.
Okay. On the Pangolinan amendment, if there's no objection, okay, amendment carries. I've got a whole list of amendments here. I'm not too sure. Is there any senator here that I'm going to call for a few-minute recess. Back in order. Again, we are going to be recessing until 6 o'clock tomorrow evening.